Are you thinking of taking your life? Are you giving up on life because you feel that you no longer have a future? Watch this video to the very end and I will tell you why you need to hold on and why you must never give up on your future. Hello Lilas fam, welcome to Let Your Light So Shine. My name is Monica and I'm so glad to be here today. Today I have a message of hope for people who are giving up on themselves. Sometimes life becomes so bleak that you feel that you no longer have a future. Sometimes everything is moving so horribly and you don't ever think that there will be an end to your problems. In this video I have a message of hope for you. And I'm here to share an experience that somebody had when he was in a similar situation, when he thought that all hope was lost. My passages for today are Job 7 verses 1 to 7 and Job 42 verses 10 to 17. Please get your Bibles and let's look at these passages together. Is there not a time of hard service for man on earth? Are not his days also like the days of a hired man? Like a servant who earnestly desires the shade, and like a hired man who eagerly looks for his wage. So I have been allotted months of futility, and wearisome nights have been appointed to me. When I lie down, I say, when shall I arise, and the night be ended? For I have had my fill of tossing till dawn. My flesh is caked with worms and dust. My skin is cracked and breaks out afresh. My days are swifter than a weaver's shuttle, and are spent without hope. Oh, remember that my life is a breath. My eye will never again see good. That is the first passage. Now let's read the second passage. And the Lord restored Job's losses when he prayed for his friends. Indeed, the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. Then all his brothers, all his sisters, and all those who had been his acquaintances before came to him and ate food with him in his house. And they consoled him and comforted him for all the adversity that the Lord had brought upon him. Each one gave him a piece of silver, and each a ring of gold. Now the Lord blessed the latter days of Job more than his beginning, for he had 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 female donkeys. He also had 7 sons and 3 daughters. And he called the name of the first Jemimah, the name of the second, Keziah, and the name of the third, Keren-Happuch. In all the land were found no women so beautiful as the daughters of Job, and their father gave them an inheritance among their brothers. After this, Job lived 140 years, and saw his children and grandchildren for 4 generations. So Job died old and full of days. As I was reading the last 2 verses in this second passage, I was just smiling to myself because it said so many things that were so hopeful, so joyful, so pleasant. It said that Job had much more than he lost. And he had daughters and he had sons. And his daughters were more beautiful than any of the other girls in the land. And not just that, he gave them an inheritance with his sons. So Job had not just enough inheritance to give his boys, he had inheritance for his daughters. Amazing. And not just that, it said that Job lived to a ripe old age, and he lived to see his children's children for 4 generations. Ha! Amazing. Amazing. But remember, that's not how it began. Let's go back to the first passage. The first passage was where Job was lamenting and bemoaning his fate. He was having a difficult time. He had lost everything that he had, all his cattle, all his donkeys, all his camel. And if that was not bad enough, Job had lost all his children in one day. It was a horrible time for Job. But he said something that stood out to me. He said something that so many of us say today. He said that his eyes shall not see any good thing again. He was having a difficult time and he made a declaration over his life. He said that he would not see any good thing again for the rest of his life. But thankfully, Job was wrong. But in that moment, to Job, that was the end. To Job, there was no hope. To Job, it was a lost cause. It was all futility. He even said it, that he was living out his months in futility. It meant that he was living a wasted life. It meant that he was living a life that had no value, no substance. He was just living. It was like he was just waking up every day, breathing, eating, drinking, and wondering, what is this life? What is the essence of this life? Why am I still here? He said it that even when he would sleep, he would wish that it were morning. And when it was daytime, because he had nothing doing, he had nothing to look forward to, he would wish that it were time to sleep. Now imagine living that kind of cycle where you're sleeping, you wish you would wake up. You wake up, you wish you could go to bed. Because you had nothing to do in between. You had nothing filling up your days. You had nothing motivating you and pushing you. You really were not enjoying life. That was what Job was telling us in the first passage. And then he said he didn't feel there was anything to look forward to. He said his eyes will see no good thing anymore. And that brings me to what some of us are going through. Some of us are in this place where we feel that where we are is where we are meant to be. And I'm not saying it in a positive way. I'm saying that many of us feel stuck. Many of us feel like it is over and nothing else can come out of this life. Many of us feel that nothing new can happen to us, and this is it. We have been in this situation that is so stagnant. We have been so stuck for so long that we don't see anything new happening to us. We don't see anything fresh coming out of this life. And then for some of us, we just feel, let's take our lives. But that is not what it should be. That is not what it should be, because imagine what would have happened if Job had given up. If Job had given up in this first passage that we read, what would have happened to him? He would not have experienced the beautiful ending that he eventually had. He would not have had the glory of the latter day being greater than the former. Job would not have experienced a fresh joy, fresh blessings, bigger, better blessings than what he had experienced in the past if he had given up when things were tough. Are you going through that difficult time? Do you feel that it is all over? Do you think that nothing good can come out of your life anymore? Do you feel that God is no longer in your life or no longer in charge of what is going on around you? Let Job's story show you that something good can still come out of your life. Something beautiful can still happen to you. I've had people in my own life who have been in situations where they thought nothing good could ever happen to them anymore. They felt they were too old. They felt that this was a hopeless situation. They thought that this was the end for them. But somehow, the tide changed. Life changed. Situations changed. And then something beautiful came out. There have been people who, for instance, did not have kids for the longest time. So much so that everybody started calling them uncle, auntie. Nobody ever called them daddy or mommy. And they felt that this is it. They would never be parents. And then somehow years went by. And then they ended up with the first kid, the second kid, the third kid. And they're like, wow, my house is so full of children. That has been people's testimonies. I have seen it. Firsthand, I have experienced that. And so I'm telling you that no matter how dire your situation is, something beautiful can still come out of your life. Give God time. God is still working. God has not given up on you. Don't give up on God. You may feel like you are stuck. You may feel like nothing good can ever come out of your life. But this is not the end. God is not done working on you. God is not done writing your story. God has not abandoned you. Just like he did not abandon Job, and he still gave him something bigger and better, such that the joys of the present day heals the pain of the past. God will do the same for you. Whatever it is that you're going through, that thing that seems like it will never end, that situation that feels like it will never change, I promise you that if you call God into the matter, if you open up your heart to him, if you cry out to him, he will listen. He will come into your situation and he will change it. But one thing I want you to know, like I have found out in my own life, it may not be so fast. So I need you to be patient, because some of us feel that once God comes into the situation, in 1 week, in 1 month, in 1 year, everything will be fixed. Yes, some things are being fixed behind the scenes, but the materialization, the manifestation of those things may not happen so fast. The situation is changing, the tide is shifting, but you may not see it immediately, and so you must hold on. You must keep your faith active and alive, and you must keep believing and trusting that God is working on your situation. Whatever that situation is, if you need someone to talk to, if you need someone to strengthen you, if you need someone to support you, if you want someone to hold your hand, I'm here for you. All you need to do is send me an email at letyourlightsoshine1@gmail.com. It's the digit 1. letyourlightsoshine1@gmail.com. Send me an email, share your thoughts with me, and we would interact. I will help you, I will support you as best I can. I will pray for you, and I will be a shoulder that you can lean on. Besides, I would also tell you and remind you that God is faithful. God has not given up on you, so do not give up on him. I want us to also talk about the second passage, because that passage brought a smile to my face. It should also bring some hope to you. It should bring some encouragement and some joy to you, because God never forgets his own. God never abandons us. The Bible tells us that God will be with us till we are old and gray. God even says it himself, because these are direct quotes. He said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. I have made you. I myself will carry you, and I will carry you till you are old and gray. These are promises that God has made to us. And one good thing is, God who has made the promise never forgets. God who has promised it will bring it to pass. So best believe that you can trust God, you can depend on him, and you can keep hoping in him, and he will never disappoint you. And no matter how long it takes for that promise to come to pass, trust and believe that that promise will definitely come to pass. Remember that Job lost all his kids. He had the worst experience. But then, the end of a thing is better than the beginning. Is that not what the Bible tells us? So sometimes, even if it looks like this is the end, it's not the actual end. You're somewhere in the middle. And that means that the end is going to be better. It means, like the Bible says, that the glory of the latter day shall be greater than the former. Do you want to experience the latter day? Do you want to have a reward for all that you have lost? Do you want something good to come out of your story? Then you have to wait on God. You have to keep hoping, keep believing, and keep trusting. And just as God came through for Job, just as God turned Job's sorrow into joy, into celebration, into abundance, into double blessings, he will do the same for you. I hope this message has encouraged you. I really hope that this message has given you joy and given you some hope to keep moving, to keep holding on. Remember that Jesus is the author and finisher of our faith. Look up to Jesus. He is the author and finisher of your faith. Jesus, who has started a thing in your life, will not disappoint you. He won't leave you midway. Just as Jesus did not let Peter drown, just as Jesus did not say, "Come to me, Peter," and then let him drown midway while walking towards Jesus, he will not abandon you. Jesus won't give up on you. He is faithful to the very end. So keep holding on, keep believing, keep praying. Pray, because you have to ask. You can't stay there bemoaning your fate and not reaching out to your Heavenly Father. The Bible says, ask and you will receive. So in order for you to receive, you have to ask. So start asking today. Speaking about asking, I have videos on asking. I'll put the links of those videos in the description of this video, so you can go and watch them and learn to ask. Be bold enough to ask, because God, who says you should ask, is able to give you whatever you ask for, including that thing you feel is no longer moving forward or will no longer change for the better. Ask and you will receive. Trust and believe that God is with you. He will never give up on you. He will never abandon you nor forsake you. So do not give up on God. Wait. Wait on God. That wait is going to be worth it. You are going to be glad that you waited for God. You are going to be glad that you did not give up on God, or your dreams, your hopes, your prayers, your wishes, and all that you desire. Keep waiting, keep trusting, keep believing, and God, who has started this beautiful thing in your life, will complete it, for He is the God of perfection. If this message has blessed you, please drop a comment below. Tell me how this message has impacted you, and if it has renewed your hope in God, giving you more courage to keep going on, to keep waiting on God, and to keep trusting and believing. Also, if you'd like to watch more videos that encourage you, motivate you, and remind you that God will never leave you nor forsake you, please subscribe to this channel. Simply click the subscribe button and get subscribed to this channel today. It is completely free of charge. You don't have to pay anything to subscribe to this channel. So click that subscribe button. Also, do not forget to click the notification button so you'll be notified as soon as I update. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching it. Also, please share this video with everyone. We all feel stuck from time to time, and many of us are giving up hope. But share this video and spread the hope, and remind everyone that God will never leave them nor forsake them. Thank you so much for watching this video to the very end. Please keep watching my videos here on Let Your Light So Shine. I have a playlist in the description of this video. Go watch each of the videos in that playlist. Drop a comment on each of the videos and tell me how those videos have helped you. Wherever you are, whatever you do, let your light so shine. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Please subscribe, click the notification button, like this channel, share our videos, and follow us on social media. Thank you very much.